Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Angels and Awakening. I'm Julie Jancius, and I want to start by reminding you that your angels are with you right now. Whether you've been asking for their guidance, healing, or hope, they've brought you here for a reason. This is a sacred space where you tune in to their messages, reconnect with your own intuition, and awaken the next chapter of your soul's purpose. And if you're feeling called to go deeper right now, whether that's through our upcoming in-person Angel Reiki School in June, the 21-day Money Miracles Challenge in May, or a personal reading with me, just know your angels are already preparing the way. I'll show you more about these beautiful opportunities later and in the show notes. But for now, open your heart, ask your angels to be with you, and let's begin. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancius. And friends, today we're here with Rena. Rena has some beautiful angel stories to share. Rena, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Julie.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to have you take it away and share your first story.
All right. Well, my story is around my mom, and we had a difficult relationship. Um, she passed back in 2007. And before she passed, I found out from my sister she was actually in a coma for a period of time. And I found out from my sisters, I'm going to get emotional, that she had cut me out of the will. But she had told my sisters that's actually not what she wanted to happen, like when she was in and out of kind of consciousness. But of course, that couldn't be changed legally, right? So, um, so it was pretty hard, like to get that information. Um, and so, sorry, I'm having a very emotional day.
That's okay. That's okay. Um, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. So, after she passed, I started getting signs from her. Um, and the first thing that happened, I kind of was like poo-pooed it, like, oh, that's an interesting coincidence. So at the time, I wasn't married to my husband. We were engaged, but we lived together. Our internet went out. And so I had to call and open up a help desk to get it fixed. And when the help desk was like giving me the ticket number, they were like, "Oh, your ticket number is," and it literally was the license plate numbers of my dad's license plate and my mom's, like not the whole thing, but the first three letters of each. And I was like, okay, that's really weird. Side note, my dad passed like a year and a half before my mom did. So both my parents were on the other side. So that was the first thing that happened. And I just was like, okay, well, weird coincidence, right? And then the next thing that happened was I had a piece of stained glass that I had bought for my mom in Ireland, and I had given it to her when I came back from Ireland. And then after she passed, I got that piece of stained glass back. And so I had hung it on our kitchen window with a little suction cup. And several days in a row, I would come home from work and the piece of stained glass and the suction cup would be lying on the ground. I was like, okay. And I would say to my husband, I was like, I think my mom's trying to communicate with me. And he's like, it's just the wind, right? You know, I was like, okay, because, we had the windows open, like whatever, it was nice out. And so he's like, yeah, I'm sure the wind is just blowing it off. And I said, okay. So the next thing that happened is, so there's this like little suction cup and there's a hook on the suction cup for the stained glass to hang. Well, the hook was turned 90 degrees and the stained glass was on the ground. And I said to my husband, I was like, so you're going to tell me that the wind turned the suction cup 90 degrees? And he was like, well, I don't know, but yeah, that's weird. But, again, he's not a believer like I am. Um, Maybe my mom was trying to make him one, because then the next thing that happened too, it was again something that my mom had given me. So this was around Halloween time, and we had our Halloween decorations out. And my mom knew that I loved Halloween, so that was one way she would try to connect with me, is she would always buy me like some Halloween decoration. So she had bought me this like um, motion activated ghost that you sit on the table, and it didn't work particularly well. It's pretty old, but the idea is when you walk by, it's supposed to be like, woo. And so, one morning we were asleep. My husband failed to set his alarm to get up. And right at the time when his alarm is supposed to go off, the ghost goes, woo. And I was just like, oh my God, okay. I'm like, you're telling me that's not my mom? And he's like, I don't know, it's weird, but. And so, yeah, so those were like the things that kept happening. And I tried to make that ghost. I was like jumping around and clapping my hands. I thought maybe at the time we lived in like a three flat, and I thought, oh, there's kids below us. And I'm like, maybe they were jumping around, and I'm doing everything. I could not make the thing go off. So I was like, the only thing that made it go off was actually touching it. And so I was like, okay. And then the day of our wedding, um, I was whatever I was doing, I'm like dancing, and my sister comes up to me and she's like crying, and she's like, I have to talk to you. I have to talk to you. And I'm like, what? And she's like, she was talking to our cousin's wife, and she's like, and she told me that she's clairvoyant. And she said that she was in the shower this morning, and that mom came through to her and said, tell Rena, I hope she can forgive me.
Mhm.
And then she said that my dad came in as well. And my dad said, and tell them that we love them. Um, and so, yeah, that was like, that sort of gave me real confirmation, because we don't know my cousin's wife very well. I don't think they're even married. I haven't talked to my cousin in a long time. Not for any bad reasons, but just, life. But yeah, I didn't know her very well. She didn't know anything about the situation, wouldn't have any idea what had happened, um, with me and my mom. And
Yeah.
so that was
Wow.
when it brought just so much, healing and peace to me to hear that. And so that's why I wanted to share my story, because I know that, not everybody has happy stories with family members. And, I do think that you can still heal after they leave. So,
Isn't that so powerful?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Friend, if you've been asking for a sign, this is it. Your angels are ready to guide you into your next chapter of service, healing, and spiritual expansion. First, I want to personally invite you to our next in person Angel Reiki School. It's June 6th through 8th, 2025, in Oak Brook, Illinois. This sacred 3-day training will certify you in mediumship, energy healing, and becoming an angel messenger yourself, while giving you the roadmap I used to build a 6-figure spiritual business, or keep your day job and learn skills to serve and earn thousands each month on the side. If your soul has felt this calling to serve, this is your moment. Space is limited and the Angel Reiki School always sells out. To sign up, go to theangelmedium.com/get-certified. The link is in the show notes. And if you can't travel, our online version of the Angel Reiki School begins on the first of each month, so you can start from wherever you are right now. Next, we begin a brand new course on May 11th that your angels created just for you. It's the 21-day Money Miracles Challenge. This transformational experience is available only inside the Angel membership and will completely reset how you relate to receiving divine prosperity and the soul of money. Over 21 days, your angels will show you how you've been playing small and how to align with soul-sourced wealth and sacred overflow. These are tools and teachings that you'll use for the rest of your life. The 21-day Money Miracles Challenge is only available in the Angel membership now for $111 a month. Join for a single month or become an annual member. Start today and receive a beautiful bonus activation to supercharge your receiving energy. Go to theangelmedium.com/angel membership to begin. And if you're seeking deep clarity, healing, and confirmation, you can also book a personal reading with me, where I connect you with your angels and loved ones in heaven to bring through loving guidance and support. Book your session now at theangelmedium.com/readings. Again, it's in the show notes. Friends, I'm expecting that we're going to need over 50 volunteers to receive a free angel reading from my students during the in-person Angel Reiki School. Some will be live in the Chicagoland area. Some will be online. This is June 6th through 8th. To be considered, all you have to do is leave a 5-star positive review of this podcast. Submit a screenshot using the contact form at theangelmedium.com/content. Leave your 5-star review today, and you might be hearing from me really soon. Friends, your angels are already preparing the path ahead. All that's left is for you to say yes, yes, yes. Say yes to life. Now, back to the show. It's interesting too. It strikes me that not everybody would have reacted well to getting messages on their wedding day, because some people just aren't open to messages. And so as a healer who works with so many healers in the Angel Reiki School, you hear oftentimes, Julie, I tried to bring through a message to so-and-so and they really weren't receptive to it. What do I do? And I think that a lot of times, being highly empathic, highly sensitive person, getting messages, you find that sometimes, and that we always have this free will to bring through the message or not. And I know that some people aren't receptive to it, but the angels just need to hear everybody, need everybody listening to hear that even if somebody's not receptive to the message, it doesn't make you bad or wrong to bring through a loving, positive message to another person. It just means that the other person has some walls up within their heart and isn't really ready to receive it. But if they got the message, it might stay in their subconscious for years and provide an opening even years later when they're ready to heal that relationship with the person on the other side, to step into that energy and to see that message they had gotten years earlier as confirmation. So I think it's really powerful that she felt confident enough and safe enough with you to bring through the message. That's really amazing.
Yeah.
And when it comes to wills, let's talk about this, because we haven't talked about this a ton on the podcast. But, I'm going to tell a story I don't know if I've ever told this here in 600 podcast episodes, but when Elle was first born and she had all of these different medical challenges, um, she had a feeding tube eventually that she also had this thing called a Nissen fundoplication. It's a surgery you could have that made her stomach a lot smaller. So she could only take like 2 ounces of food at a
Wow.
time. And you
Yeah.
just had to continually like feed her
Hmm.
slowly through this really, really large syringe into her tummy. So I had a number of years where I was just kind of home and by myself with my kiddo who cannot speak because she's a baby. And so I'd have the TV on in the background, right, to just kind of provide some comfort, I guess.
Hmm.
And Elle was born in 2011, and I got to a point where I got to binge the Long Island Medium. And so I watched this show, maybe like the first season of it, and I thought, that's so cool that Teresa does that. Like, that's so amazing. Um, and I had this thought, like, oh, that would be fun to do someday. Like, that would be cool. But thinking I'm not gifted whatsoever, right?
Hmm.
And I remember feeling this connection because my dad and my grandma Harris, my dad's mom, were still alive at the time. And I remember feeling like my heart was pulling me after binging that series to write a letter to my grandma Harris and just say, I'm so sorry that things didn't work out and we didn't get to remain close in this lifetime. I feel like we're
Hmm.
going to be close in the next like lifetime or when you go to heaven. And I'm sorry because I feel like I kind of lost her in the divorce, right? Like
Hmm.
couldn't talk to her without her just constantly bringing my dad up or encouraging me to have a relationship with my dad. So then I had to draw this boundary of, okay, well, if you can't just have a relationship with me without pulling dad into it, then grandma, like, I just can't do this.
Hmm.
So that was it. And I actually mentioned the show in my letter to my grandma. Now, this is like 2011, 2012, right?
Hmm.
And my grandma didn't receive that letter well. Like, I honestly, like, from my heart, it was just heartfelt and sincere that I loved her and I really wanted things to work, but whatever. So she didn't receive it well. And she cut me out of her will. And she ended up sending me a letter that said that. Just so you
Wow.
know, I've taken you out of the will.
Wow.
When you were a little girl, you said that you liked this ring, so I'm making sure that you got this ring. And I hadn't even remembered it, right? It was just like a little sapphire ring. And um, I think that there is a thing in life that the only way that I can explain it is you like to feel validation from other people. You like to be seen, heard, recognized. And when somebody cuts you out, and I realize my grandma and I had some different stuff going on, it basically is one final ultimate betrayal and stab in the
Mhm.
heart. I
Yep.
love these people more than I love you, even though we all pretty much had the same relationship with her. I was the only one that vocalized things. Um, and there is just a complete lack of validation and being seen and heard. And it's an experience to go through just being completely cut out because
Mhm.
you know they're on the other side and in this physical realm you're never going to get that validation here. um it was interesting because when my dad and my grandma passed, they only passed 10 days apart. Grandma heard about
Oh, wow.
his passing, had a heart attack, and
Mm.
passed 10 days later. They were just so close. I think she passed of a broken heart.
Mm.
But I heard my dad come through, and this is my point of me telling this story to the listeners. I heard my dad come through and say, we'll make this up to you from the other side because I was cut out of
Mhm.
dad's will as well. And
Yeah.
so I really do feel like they have gone above and beyond from the other side to make it up. Um,
Hmm.
and I see that time and time and time again in all of my readings too, where they do try and go above and beyond on the other side because they realize how much of a finale betrayal that act is.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they do feel regret from the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, Rena, but I think this is such a powerful topic. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome.
Yeah. Um, I just want everybody to know that if they have angel stories, they can go over to theangelmedium.com, use the contact form, send them over to us. We would love, love, love to have you on the show. Hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day, everybody. Thank you for being here, beautiful soul. I know in my heart that you're not listening to this by accident. Your angels are guiding you. And if you've been feeling the pull to go deeper, to trust and develop your gifts, to step more into your purpose, the time is now. Join me for our next in-person Angel Reiki School, June 6th through 8th, 2025 in Oak Brook, Illinois, and receive your certification in mediumship, energy healing, and angel messages all at once. This isn't just a training. It can help you create a six-figure spiritual business or earn extra income doing sacred work you love. Go to theangelmedium.com/get certified to reserve your spot before it fills. And if you can't travel, remember our online option starts on the 1st of each month. And don't forget, starting May 11th, we're launching our newest course inside the Angel membership, the 21-day Money Miracles Challenge. This is a sacred angel-led journey where you're going to learn how to call in divine prosperity and align with soul-level financial expansion. Your angels want to show you what's possible, and this challenge is going to align you with miracles. Join now at theangelmedium.com/angel membership and receive your special bonus activation. If your soul is craving personal guidance, I have openings for one-on-one readings with me, where I bring through angel messages and loving connections from the other side. You can book your session at theangelmedium.com/readings. This could be the reading that brings you the clarity you've been looking for. And don't forget, we're giving over 50 free readings to our podcast listeners for the in-person Angel Reiki School students to work on you. All you need to do is leave a 5-star positive review of the podcast and send us a copy through the contact form, theangelmedium.com, and you might be one who wins. Before you go, your angels want you to hear this. You're not behind. You are exactly where you're meant to be, and everything is unfolding for you in divine time. Start now. Start with love. Friends, I am sending you so much love. Until next time, know your angels are always with you, guiding you and cheering you on.